Hi, this is Christine Atkinson with Columbine Mortgage, and this is your monthly timely topic where we're going to get you all prepared to purchase a home either later this year or 2024 or beyond. A lot of these things can take some time to get organized around, so it's best to get your ducks in a row before you are standing in the house of your dreams. Let's start with credit. Credit can have such a big impact these days on what your interest rate is and also the cost of your mortgage insurance. So best to get that number as high as possible before you go out and buy. The very first thing I want you to do is order your annual free credit report from annualfreecreditreport.com and be able to look at the details, not just the number of your credit score. Once you have that in hand, take a look and make sure there are no inaccuracies on there that you need to get fixed. Next, take a look at the utilization of your credit cards. Take the amount that they are reporting that is used versus the line limit, and then that will be your utilization factor. You want to get that as low as possible, and you can do this a couple of different ways. One way is just make sure that you make your monthly payment right before they report it to the credit agency. So that's at its lowest possible point. The next thing you want to do is make sure and increase your line amount. Give yourself as much room as possible on that credit card so that your utilization amount will go down. Then after you've done that, take a look and see if you have any collections. Unfortunately, those darn medical collections pop up so easily on everyone's report. So if you happen to have some, the best thing to do is to call the collection company and offer to pay them for removal of the collection. That's really important distinction. Don't just pay them. That doesn't actually help. Make sure they are removed from your credit report. Then the last thing you can do is if you don't actually have a lot of credit and you're trying to build it, perhaps get added as an authorized user to a spouse or a parent, family member who has good credit, and you will inherit their credit and it will help yours as well. After you've got that figured out, it's next time to focus on the down payment for the purchase. Those are so hard these days with those purchase prices going up. So if you are a first-time home buyer or income qualified, you can put down as little as 3% on the purchase. FHA is 3.5%. And then if you've owned a home before, then it's 5% minimum down payment. So what are some of those sources? Obviously, if you have any family members who can contribute, getting a gift is a great idea. It can be really helpful. Rich uncle, whoever is available. If you don't, then take a look at your 401k if you have one, because you can take out a loan from that. It has to be current employer. If it isn't, please roll it over to the current employer so you can access it. And then there are, of course, down payment assistance programs out there for you. If you already own a home, then you probably have lots of equity sitting in that home. And we can access it through a home equity line, bridge loan sort of arrangement, so you can pull out those funds. We can also structure the new payment in kind of a first and second combo, so you're left with one loan after you pay off the second. And then lastly, you can do what's called recast a loan that's a conventional conforming loan. That means you sell the other house, you take the money that you got from it and you apply it to the new loan, and then have them recalibrate the payment based on that lower principal balance. Okay, once you've done all that, the last thing is really just to create a budget. Take a look at what you can afford, what you are comfortable paying in your mortgage payment, and then figure out what that number is, because oftentimes you can qualify for more than you're comfortable paying for. Some other things to think about are what income you are making and how it is paid. So if you are salaried, you are golden. We can use that right away. But a lot of people aren't. And if you are hourly variable, meaning or any other type of variable income, then we are going to need at least 12 months to show how much you make in that calendar year to be able to use that number. Other types of income, bonus, tips, commission, overtime, self-employed, typically need 2 years of history in order to use it. So you're going to want to make sure you understand what can be used and what can't be used. They are evaluated differently. The last piece is just the payment side or debt side. So take a look at what you're paying. If you have a current house and you're planning to keep it, we can get a lease to cover that mortgage, so that can help cover that payment. If you happen to have student loans, and a lot lot of people do and they're coming out of deferment, please look into those income-driven repayment plans. They can really help you in terms of lowering that monthly obligation. And then lastly, if you have any installment debt and you owe less than 10 months on it, we can actually exclude that. So that is great. Or if you're co-signed on something that someone else has been paying consistently for 12 months, we can typically exclude that as well. Hopefully you find all of that helpful, and just reach out if I can be of any help. I'd love to help you evaluate what action steps you need to put in place so you can be a homeowner. All right, take care. Have a good one.